Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. This is Big Girl Diary. Ah, my daughter's cat. Okay, get down. All right, all right. Oh, man. Oh, man. I got a good one. However, before we begin, I like this instrumental. I like this instrumental. Okay, I got a good one. Oh, my goodness. Okay, the title. P. Diddy, Marilyn Manson, two peas in a pod. Oh, you can't make this stuff up. P. Diddy's kingdom is falling. Marilyn Manson, oh my goodness, he's in the thick of it. Just when he thinks he's out of the swamp, no. No, he's not. He's not out the swamp. No, he's not. Okay. Where do I begin? I have to give credit where credit is due. Now, I really wasn't paying too much attention to P. Diddy because Marilyn Manson's case was just that big, not only that big, but so many people going after him. So I'm like, whoa, there is so much here. However, Tisa tells she did a fabulous breakdown and she went in avenues I didn't know that actually existed. So I start checking it out myself, and her research is excellent and she proved every point. I'm thinking, how many avenues does this go into? Because I'm sitting there thinking about Leonardo DiCaprio. I mean, okay, he has a lot going on, and I'm thinking maybe there may be a connection, but I haven't sat down to research it. So I left that alone right there, but she did a fabulous job. Oh. But Marilyn Manson, I'm going to go back and forth a little bit here, but I'm going to start proving what I'm saying. Marilyn Manson, there is someone close to him that I believe that is really going to put the screws to him. And there was this Instagram person, and also on Twitter, because I was looking at Ashley Walters, because she sued Marilyn Manson. She was his photographer. And as I'm looking at her, I'm just like, Ashley Walters just wanted to be a part of the crowd. All the cool girls are going in there and they're coming together as one and going after Marilyn Manson due to the fact that Evan Rachel Wood and Ilma Gore faked an FBI letter and sort of, brought those women in. However, Ashley Walters, I'm just thinking, what do you were the photographer. What are you talking about? And her claims were outrageous. It was thrown out. She refiled. You can't make this stuff up. My thought is this: Ashley, get married. Find a man to marry you. But this is outrageous. You're going to destroy your reputation. Then who's going to trust you? But that's just my 2 cents. That's my 2 cents. Where do we begin? Let me go ahead and let's first start off with P. Diddy, because now I said before that I thought it was a little shaky, even though that people are doing great research and giving their ideas about P. Diddy and his wildness, his wild parties, and even his, how can I say, connection with this guy here, Ron Burkle, Ron Burkle, and he's known to have some wild parties. That's an interesting rabbit hole right there. That's a real interesting one. Okay. Now, Cassie comes in, she files a suit, P. Diddy settles. Now, he settles before the law changes, which was smart, I guess, on both sides because the governor just tightened, extended it to for 2 additional years, so 3 additional years, well, two, to bring in more suits, lawsuits, and also additional monies for people that did not have, how can I say, survivors money. Look, the economy is going down. The economy is going down. There are some women who don't want to get married, don't want to settle. I mean, they have this extravagant lifestyle that they think that they deserve. They believe that they deserve, and you give it to them because they say so. Now, I'm not saying that's everyone. I'm just saying that's a majority of it. But Cassie, I don't know if, oh no, come on, don't mess up. Okay. All right. Just when things start going now, my internet is messing up. All right. Now, just when, wait, let me see for a second. Hold on. Okay. All right. I didn't freeze up. All right. Good, good, good. I thought I froze up. Okay. Sorry about that. Now, Cassie had this song, You and Me. I didn't like it. I didn't think that she was that good. I didn't think that she was that good because Bad Boys was trying to make her look more like Aaliyah, and she couldn't sing like Aaliyah. I mean, just watch, just watch. All right. Okay, here we go. Some you may remember this. Okay, I can't play it, but here, this now this right here is her hit song "You and Me," and you can see, looking a little like Aaliyah, and you're gonna. Okay, now after this, she had a couple of other songs. However, it didn't do very well. She could not sell. People were not buying what she was selling. And I'm like, I don't like her voice. She I gotta okay, this is gonna sound terrible. However, Britney Spears sounds better than she does. She couldn't hold a tune. It was the music was not right for her. Simply wasn't. But however, she tried her very best. And the song is called You and Me. Okay. Now, she goes, she sues, she gets her money. Now, when she gets her money, immediately, don't believe me. Don't believe me because she just settled. When did she settle? She settled on the second or third of this month. This month. I'm not making this stuff up. This month. What did she do? Let me go ahead and share my screen again. Because this is wild. This is wild. She's going to go on tour. She got $30 million. Now, keep in mind, well, not keep in mind, but Ron Leslie was her manager first when she was like, what, 14, 15 years old. She was young. So he was managing her. And then P. Diddy comes in and, he takes her from Ron Leslie. I mean, it was so rough that he wouldn't even mention Cassie's name. None of that. He wouldn't even say no, nothing. But now that everything has fallen, well, okay, let me back it up a little bit, get a little ahead of myself. Let me back it up. He couldn't sell her albums. Pretty Face, that's it. And then at some point, it looked like that he was trying to make her look like J-Lo. Now, J-Lo is a dancer. She's not much of a singer. She has that struggle voice. Same with Cassie. But however, Jennifer has talent. Cassie, pretty face. Just pretty face. And I'm not taking anything from her because she is smart. She is smart because she reamed Diddy. So she gets her $30 million and she goes on tour. Now, here. Here, Ron Leslie, the singer's ex-boyfriend and former collaborator, told TMZ that the two are working together again as she gets ready to hit the road. The outlet didn't miss the opportunity to ask Leslie about one of Cassie's exes, Sean Diddy Combs. Last month, the singer dropped a bombshell lawsuit accusing the music mogul of grape juice and a truce. I got to be careful of the algorithm. A truce, and the suit quickly settled. Most definitely it did. Yes, it did. It settled. He settled that quickly. He settled that real fast. Now she's going on tour. Now, did it say how much her tickets are worth? Okay, now I am in no. Okay, it doesn't say. I thought it was selling for $45, what I read. But however, I'm not. How can I say? Because this right here is a really tough one. Because she went through years of this, and I gotta say, Tisa Tells did an excellent job, putting all the facts out there as she was able to find. Now, I'm not sure. I'm not sure because when you're in that lifestyle, in that Hollywood type of realm, and you're trying to make a name for yourself, you have a tendency to sell your soul. Now, Diddy sold his soul big time. He did. He went one way, he comes out any which way but loose. I don't know. But I'm just beside myself. It's just too wild. It's really too wild. Now there is a, what do you call it? The governor of New York, Governor Hochul, signs into law Survivors Act 2 additional years, as I stated earlier, to where it would give people, survivors, survival money. So let me go ahead and share that real quick. All righty. And the same is going on for California, so it's quite interesting how all of this is coming together. Now, an urgent petition to extend and strengthen the Adult Survivors Act in New York. Now, if I'm right here, It says, we, the undersigned, urgently petition you to take immediate action to extend and strengthen the Survivor Act, a crucial piece of legislation that you signed into law this year. Now, they mentioned Cassie Ventura, and because of the issues that she had gone through, what she said she had gone through, they mentioned her name, not in this article here, but here. This is the key part. We bring to your attention recent high-profile Mexual A suit filed ahead of the deadline, underscoring the urgency and the relevance of the Adult Survivor Act. Now, where is? Oh my goodness! But what they are strengthening is the immediate extension that prolongs to the extent of the current provisions and the Adult Survivor Act, preventing any disruption of any availability of survivors seeking justice, a comprehensive review, conducting a thorough review of the law that impacted identify areas to improvement, which they did. The Law Awareness Campaign launched an extensive public awareness campaign to inform survivors of their rights under the Act. The legal support and the institutional accountability of the enhancement strengthens provision holding institutions accountable for enabling and covering up instances of abuse. You get it? Fostering the culture of transparency and responsibility. So this right here also leads into Marilyn Manson and other people. Now, how this may piggyback on what's going on in California. It may. Wait a minute. My internet is acting up. I don't know why it's doing this. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is awful. Okay. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, I didn't know I was having speaker problems. Okay. Okay, I got it fixed. I wish somebody would have told me. All right. So here. Uh so the institutional accountability enhancements, it strengthens and provides provisions, strengthens provisions holding institutions accountable. So if there is a company that's allowing this type of behavior to go on, then the institution that allowed it and covered up will also have issues as well. So it seems like that this, oh my goodness. All right. Now this right here is a whole lot. Now, once Cassie settled, now there are more lawsuits coming. Now, not only P. Diddy, but now there's going to be a bunch of lawsuits coming through in New York City. Oh, this is big. Oh my goodness, this is big. No, I don't know how far this will go. I don't know how far this will extend. I see it extending very far because now things are starting to change politically. What they allow to happen and allow things to happen so willy-nilly, it's not going down like that anymore. So they're telling people, straighten up your behavior, leave people that have less power than you alone. We're not going to have that power dynamic going on. No, that's going to stop. We are not going to do that because we are a better country. Now, having said that, what makes you this? Oh my goodness. Okay. Transitioning. Same thing. Marilyn Manson. He has been sued by Esme Bianco not once but twice. The second time he settled, he wanted to get rid of her. Then he got sued by Ashley Morgan Smithline. But however, Ashley Morgan Smithline was like, I can't do this. I have to be able to sleep at night. And then she said, no, he did not do these things to me. Evan bullied me. Evan threatened me having an income. Evan did these things to me. And when I realized what was going on, I was in it. And she came out on Popcorn Planet, and she started talking to Popcorn Planet, telling him exactly what was going on behind the scenes and how she was like, I can't do this. I can't. So she dropped the lawsuit. She did all those things. And now she's helping Marilyn Manson. Now, I still stand by this. I still stand by that she is doing this. Now, some people disagree, and that's okay. It's all right to disagree. We can agree to disagree. But however, with this disagreement, there's more to it. There's more people behind the scenes. Now, I'm of the belief that Evan Rachel Wood is upset that Marilyn Manson married Lindsay. Now, what's interesting is that Brighton Gore, Ilma Gore's twin sister, said no. Evan Rachel Wood is upset because she is using Marilyn Manson to get her ex-husband back. I'm like, whoa. She's trying to bring Jamie Bell back into the fold. And I'm thinking, okay, then that is quite interesting by using the FBI letter saying that an international entertainer is threatening her and her son and her family, and that they are in danger, and then took the son from LA over to Tennessee and kept him there. Now, she's decompensating, meaning she's losing some things up here. Things are a bit delusional. Things are not adding up. Now, it got to the point to where she used that FBI letter in her custody case, and the judge's like, so she loses her child. Now the father has full custody. Okay, we got that out the way. Now, I made a statement earlier that there's somebody else, in my opinion, lurking around that may have how can I say, that may have their eye on Marilyn Manson's pocket. Now, he is an easy one to go after because by him being a shock rocker, it's easy for people to go after him because of his public displays on stage, how he's outrageous and wild. And he is, but that's on stage. But that's not how can I say who he is personally. Okay, wait a minute. I'm sorry, my internet's going up and down, up and down. Okay, so wait a minute. So now I have a I have a can you hear me? Can tell me if you can hear me. I'm not sure if you can or not. Wait a minute. Can you hear me? Okay, I can hear me. All right. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, this stuff is going a little wacky here. Okay. So, I think Marilyn Manson has more people behind him that wants to really do him in, do in his pockets. Now, when Marilyn Manson married Dita, a lot went on. Evan Rachel Wood came in, broke up that marriage. When Dita left, she walked away with nothing. She didn't ask him for money. She didn't even keep his last name. She just said stage right and went stage right. That's exactly what she did. Now, what I find rather interesting is this guy here. And I got this information. This lady, uh, Red Russian Hurricane 3. Now, people were saying to me, oh my goodness, you can't trust her. None of those things, you can't trust her at all. Okay. Did you check out anything what she said? I did. And I got to say that there was some truth to what she was saying. Some truth that led me to other people. And it led me to this guy here, Dan Cleary. Dan Cleary is one of Marilyn Manson's former, what do you call it, personal assistants. And he was there in 2007 and 2008. And what was interesting, he said that he heard of him being a Boothist, he had a hard time not being angry. I'll put it like that. Putting his hands on people and the women that he was with. So he said that he heard stories of it, but they did nothing about it because it was frowned upon if you said something about it. That's what he said. That's what he was stating. Let me bring it up because I had a conversation with him on Instagram. I'm sorry, on X, and it just sounded weird to me. It sounded really weird because all of Marilyn Manson, I can't say all of them. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So, oh my goodness. Sorry. This right here. My internet is going in and out and it's driving me crazy. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So what he did, let me bring it up because this is I gotta show it. You won't just take a look. He said, I worked directly with Marilyn Manson in 2007, 2008. for his tour band, and Evan Rachel Wood was with him, and she was on tour with us the entire time. Now, I find it quite interesting that that Marilyn would take his personal assistants with him. I don't know how many he took, but he, basically said, well, she's no longer the same person after touring with him for a year. Now, for a year. She also had a band herself. She also was working. So what he's saying is that she was with him for an entire year. I don't know. That's what he's saying. Now, it gets more interesting. Then he goes on to make a claim that he was saying that his sole focus for people not to call the women liars. They're not. Manson gave me a living for a long time, gave me great music as a kid. I appreciate the opportunity. I saw the entire world for the first time with him. This was not easy, but it had to be done. I stand by it. Now, okay, he says that. He says that. But he didn't protect the women. He's claiming that he is a excuse me. Oh my goodness. He's claiming that he is a bus sub, you know what I mean, the algorithm towards his girlfriend, then wife, because he was his girlfriend back in 2014, 2015, and he saw this. He saw this, what Marilyn Manson was doing, and he saw however, he did nothing. So let me get this straight. You physically saw this going on. You allowed it to happen. You didn't step in. You didn't do anything, Dan. But then you expect us to believe back then, now in 2021, now you're bringing this information out. Now, I find it sneaky and suspicious that you bring this out now when he's suing Evan Rachel Wood. I find that interesting. I find that interesting that there was an article back in 2017 stating that he was abusive. But she never came out and said anything. Nothing. So let's take another step. So then, he's answering questions because people are asking him questions. He said, I didn't say that. He wasn't with, okay, that was a different, okay, but this right here. So here's an interesting part. Now, Rose from Marilyn Manson says, I'm not telling, I'm asking, what gives you to the authority to speak for someone on whether they were abused or not? And that right there is an interesting statement, especially if they have not come out and said anything, that they come out and confide and you would say, okay, please say this. None of those things happened. Now, Marilyn Manson had another assistant named Erica Summers. Now, I went down that rabbit hole because I thought maybe there might have been something there. But however, I was wrong. But okay. It's a little sketchy. I'll put it like this. It's a little sketchy because what I saw, I didn't see any connections between her and her doing these things, putting out articles, putting out, memes, not memes, but putting out even things on her on her Twitter or on her IG, she didn't make any statements at all against Marilyn Manson, period. She didn't make any statements for Evan Rachel Wood, period, even though that they were all friends. Now, I made a previous statement before because she was working for Marilyn Manson, and back at that time, I don't think Evan Rachel Wood liked the fact that she was there. Now, she leaves, and she leaves Marilyn Manson, and then she takes up and has a relationship with Ilma Gore. Now, this is when she becomes Evan Rachel Wood's personal assistant. Now, there was Marilyn, but then she went over to Evan Rachel Wood, which I find interesting in controlling. This was when Evan broke up with Marilyn Manson at that time. I just find this interesting. There's too many things to say. Really, Evan? Nah. No. Okay, Dan Cleary, are you really looking at things objectively? Or are you having a little coins in your pocket because now, just a thought. So there's way more to it. So now I'm thinking that since he's putting these stories out there for Lindsay, will Lindsay divorce? Because in the article, she came out and said that she's worth $1.5 million. Now, that may not be a lot of money to some people. That's a lot to me. Okay, that is a whole lot. That is a whole lot. Both hands up. And for a lot of us, we can say that's a whole lot because my internet would be better. Okay, so checking out Dan Cleary, I'm thinking, how does this work in Lindsay's favor? Well, it works big time in Lindsay's favor. So then I start going through, start researching and going through some things, and I see that there are connections to where Evan and Ilma are connected with Lindsay. Now, Evan and Lindsay have one thing in common, that's Marilyn Manson, but there's more to it that meets the eye. So I'm still researching that. So as I find more, I'll tell you more. But P. Diddy, his toast, his bread has been toasted. Now you got Letitia James after you, P. Diddy. And Marilyn, well, you had the whole state of, oh my goodness, Evan. Oh, Lord have mercy. Marilyn Manson had the whole entire state assembly after him and had the Phoenix Act, the Phoenix Rising Act, based on what Evan Rachel Wood said. And when Marilyn Manson filed the lawsuit, the civil lawsuit, and it spelled out a whole lot of things, then Senator Rubio was like, oh man, I didn't do my due diligence. Senator Rubio, no, you didn't do your due diligence, because if you did a little scratch, just a little bit of research, you would have realized that you were being had. Not only had by Evan, but by Esme Bianco. And if you look at her suit, her declaration, she said that she was H-trafficked. And she wasn't, because she came here on her own accord. She came here for a job. She started dating Marilyn. She started working. She did, but she was H-trafficked. Now, on a previous video, I showed you what H-traffic looked like. And it's not pretty. You don't have your hair done. You don't look cute. You don't run around on Rodeo Drive. You don't do those things. But maybe according to H-traffic, according to Esme Bianco, that's what it looks like. But it's wild. But what do you think? Please like, subscribe. Also, I have a membership to where I get deep into these things. I went deeper into it, deep into what there's a lot to it. So please check me out. And if you want to support me, please, you can do so. You can cash at me at Big Girl Diary or at PayPal, Big Girl Diary at PayPal. You can send me a super chat. You could even send me some donations on my videos. Everything helps to get me to get better equipment. That would really help out a whole lot. But on that note, I want to thank you for stopping by.